This is my first video and I chose a topic that I really like. That topic is fractions. We're going to talk about what you need to know when you begin fractions. First of all, you need to know that fractions are parts of a whole. What does this mean? Well, it means this is one whole circle, as everybody knows, and there's only one part. So this is one part out of one part. So we selected one part out of this whole, which only has one part. And this is two halves, and each part is called a half. And the way we show that is 1 by 2. But where did we get that? We got that from 1 divided by 2. And this sign here represents division. So it's written as 1 by 2. So two halves of a circle, and each part is 1/2 of the circle. And the next one is 1/4. We got that the same way we got 1/2. So 1/4 is basically just 1 divided by 4, which is 1/4. So it's called 4/4 of a circle, and each part is just 1/4 of a circle. So on this slide, we have a question. Tammy has one whole pizza. Here's her pizza, and she has to share it with her 3 friends. What fraction of the pizza will each person get? Well, first we need to see how many people we share it to. So she said her and her 3 friends. So 1 plus 3, which I'm sure you all know is 4. And then we know we need to divide it into 4 parts. Here, 4 parts. And one of those 4 parts, which is this purple part right here, this part, is 1/4. So this purple part is 1/4. And so now we know that each person receives 1/4 of the pizza. The next thing you need to know is the numerator and the denominator of the fraction. What are they? Well, we'll learn in this. And this is 1/2 of a fraction. So there are 2 pieces, 2 parts this is divided into, this whole is divided into, and we have only selected one, this blue part right here. So this denominator, so you can see that this denominator describes how many parts this whole is cut into, and the numerator describes how many parts we have selected. In this case, we have only selected 1. But if we select 2 of the 2 parts, we've selected all of the parts that are there. So it equals 1 whole. So one example of this is if we had a whole pizza and we divided it into 2 parts there, and we ate all of the 2 parts, then we would have nothing left, and so we ate the whole pizza. The next topic we're going to learn about are equivalent fractions. This is 1/2, a basic fraction, and this is 2/4, another fraction. So this is 1/2, and this is each 1/4. which makes 2/4. So these two are equal, and that's what equivalent means. But how are they equal? Well, these two pink areas that represent the selected amount of the fraction, remember the numerator is how many pieces are selected. Well, the area of these pieces that are selected in this whole are the same. You can see that both have half selected, and so 2/4 is also equal to a half. Here is another example of equivalent fractions. This is 1/4, as in there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, and only one part is selected, as we learned before, and this is 2/8. So there are 8 parts, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and only 1, 2 of those parts are selected, and those are in the numerator. So then, now we need to see if these are equivalent. Well, do they cover the same amount of space? Yes, they do, because this covers this much area, like this blue part over here, and this covers this blue and green part, which add up to the same area as this. So we can say that this is equal to this. And so this fraction is equal to this one. Now we're going to learn about adding fractions. We're adding fractions with the same denominator. Both of the denominators are 4. So we know that there are 4 pieces that it's cut into. Both of them have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So both of them have the same number of pieces they're cut into. But the number of pieces that are selected, in this it's 1, 2, and in this it's just 1. So what we have to do is add 2 plus 1, the numerators, and we get 3, and we put it over the denominator 4 for both fractions, and we get 3/4. And we can also get this by drawing a rectangle like this, making it into 4 parts, and this has 2 parts. So we color in 2 parts of the rectangle, and we're adding 1 more part to that, and we get 3 out of 4 parts. Here we have a word problem. Kathy ate 3/8 of a chocolate bar. Sophie ate 1/8 of a chocolate bar. How much of the chocolate bar did they eat? So we have a chocolate bar. Kathy ate, this has 8 squares. So Kathy ate 3 of the 8 squares because she ate 3/8 of the chocolate bar. So she ate 3 of the 8 squares, 3 selected, and Sophie ate 1/8 of the chocolate bar. So she ate 1/8, so 1 selected from the 8. So how much of the chocolate bar did they eat? In other words, how much is selected from these 8 squares? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 selected. So they ate 4 pieces of the 8 pieces. So they ate 4/8 of the chocolate bar. We're going to learn about subtracting fractions with like denominators. So, like denominators means the same denominators, and these two fractions have the same number as their denominator, 4, and they are each separated into 4 pieces. And they're each separated into 4 pieces, and these 3 pieces are pink. So that means that there are 3 selected pieces in this one, and there's 1 selected piece in this one. So we do 3 minus 1 because both the denominators are the same, and we get 2. So now what do? Well, we put that over 4 because that's the denominator of both fractions, and we get 2/4. Subtraction word problem. Kate has a chocolate bar. She ate 3/8 of it. How much is left? Well, an easier way to subtract using a diagram is to shade how much she already ate. So she said she ate 3/8 of it. So we shade 3 of these out, and after we shade 3 of these out, then we see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares of chocolate left. So we have 5/8 of the chocolate bar left. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you liked it. Bye!